India is a land of diverse landscapes, from towering mountains to vast plains and arid deserts. Each region has its own unique charm and ecological significance, contributing to the country's rich natural heritage. Flowing through these varied landscapes are countless rivers, each with its own unique story to tell. These rivers traverse through different terrains, creating a network that sustains millions of lives. These rivers are the lifeline of India, providing water for drinking, agriculture, and industry. They irrigate vast agricultural fields, ensuring food security for the nation, and support numerous industries by supplying essential water resources. They support a rich diversity of life, from unique flora and fauna to human settlements. These rivers have shaped the history, culture, and economy of the country, influencing the rise and fall of civilizations along their banks. In this chapter, we will embark on a journey to explore the fascinating world of India's drainage system. We will delve into the intricate network of rivers that crisscross the nation, understanding their origins, courses, and the vital roles they play. From the snow-capped Himalayas in the north to the Deccan Plateau in the south, India's rivers have played a pivotal role in sustaining life and civilization for centuries. These rivers have carved valleys, nourished ecosystems, and provided routes for trade and travel. They are not just water bodies, but also sacred entities in Indian mythology and religion, revered for their life-giving properties. Rituals and festivals centered around rivers highlight their spiritual significance and the deep connection people have with these water bodies. Understanding India's drainage system is crucial for appreciating the country's geographical diversity and the importance of water resources in our lives. By studying these rivers, we gain insights into the environmental challenges and opportunities that lie ahead, ensuring sustainable management of these precious resources for future generations. Before we delve into the specifics of India's river systems, let's first understand what we mean by drainage and drainage basins. Imagine a giant bathtub. When you pour water into it, the water flows towards the drain, right? This simple analogy helps us grasp the concept of drainage on a much larger scale. When you pour water into it, the water flows towards the drain, right? Now think of the Earth's surface as a much larger version of this bathtub. Similarly, on the Earth's surface, rainwater and melted snow flow across the land and collect in lower areas, eventually making their way to the sea. This process is crucial for the distribution of water across different regions. This network of channels that carry water is called a drainage system. These systems can be vast and complex, involving numerous streams and rivers that interconnect and flow towards larger bodies of water. A drainage basin, also known as a catchment area or watershed, is the area of land drained by a particular river and its tributaries. It acts like a funnel, collecting all the water within its boundaries and channeling it into a single river system. Think of it as the bathtub surface, where the water collects before flowing towards the drain. The drainage basin is essential for understanding how water moves through the environment. The boundary separating one drainage basin from another is called a water divide. These divides are crucial in determining the flow of water and the direction it takes. These divides are usually formed by higher elevations like hills or mountains. They act as natural barriers, guiding the flow of water into different drainage basins and ultimately shaping the landscape. Now let's turn our attention to the Himalayas, the youngest and loftiest mountain range in the world. These majestic mountains are the source of some of India's most important rivers, including the Indus, Ganga, and Brahmaputra. These rivers are fed by melting snow and glaciers from the Himalayas, ensuring a perennial flow of water throughout the year. The Himalayan rivers are characterized by their long courses, large volumes of water, and extensive drainage basins. They flow through deep gorges and valleys, creating breathtaking landscapes and fertile plains. These rivers are vital for irrigation, hydropower generation, and transportation, supporting millions of people living in the northern plains of India. The Ganga, also known as the Ganges, is the most sacred river in Hinduism. It holds a special place in the hearts of millions of Indians. The river is worshipped as a goddess and is central to many religious practices and festivals. It originates from the Gangotri Glacier in the majestic Himalayas, a place of pristine beauty and spiritual significance. The Ganga flows for over 2,500 kilometers, traversing diverse landscapes and regions. Eventually, it empties into the Bay of Bengal, forming one of the largest and most fertile deltas in the world. Along its course, the Ganga is joined by several tributaries, including the Yamuna, Gomti, Gagara, and Kosi rivers, each adding to its might and significance. The Ganga Basin is one of the most densely populated regions in the world, home to millions who rely on its waters. The river supports a vast population dependent on it for their livelihood, including farming, fishing, and daily sustenance. It is a crucial source of drinking water, irrigation for agriculture, and sustenance for countless communities. The Ganga also supports a thriving fishing industry, providing food and income for many families. However, the Ganga faces severe pollution threats from industrial waste, sewage discharge, and religious offerings, which pose significant challenges to its health and sanctity. Efforts are underway to clean and restore the river, with both government initiatives and community participation playing crucial roles in preserving this sacred lifeline. Section 5. The Indus, a river of history and conflict. The Indus River, originating from the Tibetan Plateau, holds immense historical and geopolitical significance. It flows through India and Pakistan, with its delta forming in the Arabian Sea. The Indus Valley Civilization, one of the world's oldest civilizations, flourished along the banks of this river thousands of years ago. The Indus River is crucial for irrigation in the arid regions of Pakistan and northwestern India. The Indus Water Treaty, signed in 1960, allocates the waters of the Indus and its tributaries between India and Pakistan. However, the sharing of this vital resource remains a point of contention between the two countries. Section 6. The Brahmaputra, a mighty river of the East. The Brahmaputra, meaning son of Brahma in Sanskrit, is another mighty river originating in the Himalayas. It flows through Tibet, India, and Bangladesh, finally joining the Ganges to form the world's largest delta, the Sundarbans. Known for its braided channels and frequent floods, the Brahmaputra is a lifeline for the people of Assam and Bangladesh. The Brahmaputra Valley is known for its fertile soil and tea plantations. The river supports a rich biodiversity, including the endangered one-horned rhinoceros. However, the Brahmaputra is also prone to devastating floods during the monsoon season, causing widespread damage to life and property. Section 7. Rivers of the Peninsula: Narmada, Godavari, and Krishna. Moving south, we encounter the rivers of peninsular India, which are generally shorter and have smaller basins compared to the Himalayan rivers. These rivers are mostly rain-fed and their flow fluctuates throughout the year. Three major rivers stand out: the Narmada, Godavari, and Krishna. The Narmada, flowing westward, is the only major river in India that flows in a rift valley. The Godavari, often called the Ganges of the South, is the longest river in peninsular India. The Krishna, known for its fertile delta region, is another important river in this region. These rivers are vital for irrigation, hydropower generation, and support a variety of ecosystems. Section 8. The significance of lakes in India. Besides rivers, India is also home to numerous lakes, each with its own unique characteristics and ecological importance. Lakes are inland bodies of water, typically fresh water, that play a crucial role in the water cycle and provide habitats for a diverse range of flora and fauna. From the serene Dal Lake in Kashmir to the vast Vembanad Lake in Kerala, India's lakes vary in size, origin, and ecological significance. Some lakes, like the Sambar Salt Lake in Rajasthan, are important sources of salt. Others, like the Wular Lake in Kashmir, play a crucial role in regulating water flow and preventing floods. Section 9. Inland drainage, a unique feature. In some parts of India, particularly in the Thar Desert and parts of the Deccan Plateau, rivers do not reach the sea. Instead, they flow into inland lakes or simply disappear into the sand. This phenomenon is known as inland drainage. Inland drainage is a characteristic feature of arid and semi-arid regions where rainfall is scarce and evaporation rates are high. The Luni River in Rajasthan is an example of a river with inland drainage eventually disappearing into the Rann of Kutch. Section 10. Rivers supporting life, economy, and culture. India's rivers are not just geographical features. They are deeply intertwined with the country's history, culture, and economy. For centuries, rivers have been the cradles of civilization, providing water for drinking, agriculture, and transportation. The fertile alluvial plains formed by river deposits are some of the most agriculturally productive regions in India. Rivers are also a source of livelihood for millions of fishermen and boatmen. Moreover, rivers hold immense cultural and religious significance in India, with numerous temples and pilgrimage sites located along their banks. Section 11. Conclusion: protecting our precious water resources. As we have seen, India's drainage system is a vast and complex network of rivers, lakes, and inland drainage systems that play a vital role in sustaining life and supporting the country's economy. However, these precious water resources are facing increasing pressure from pollution, over-extraction, and climate change. It is our responsibility to protect and conserve these vital lifelines for future generations. By understanding the importance of our rivers and lakes, promoting sustainable water management practices, and raising awareness about water conservation, we can ensure that India's rivers continue to flow for generations to come.
Rivers are the lifeblood of our planet. They are veins and arteries carrying vital nutrients and water to sustain ecosystems and human civilizations. Yet, these precious waterways are under immense threat from pollution. Industrial waste, sewage, and agricultural runoff contaminate our rivers, turning them into toxic streams. The Ganges and Yamuna, revered rivers in India, are stark examples of this pollution crisis. The health of our rivers is a reflection of our own well-being. Polluted rivers pose serious threats to human health, aquatic life, and the delicate balance of our ecosystems. Understanding the causes and consequences of river pollution is crucial for effective conservation efforts. We must act urgently to protect these invaluable resources for present and future generations. River pollution stems from a variety of sources, creating a complex and challenging problem. Industrial waste, often laden with heavy metals and chemicals, is a major culprit. Factories discharge untreated effluents directly into rivers, poisoning the water and harming aquatic life. Domestic sewage, another significant source of pollution, introduces harmful bacteria and pathogens into the water. Untreated sewage contaminates drinking water sources and spreads waterborne diseases. Agricultural runoff, carrying fertilizers, pesticides, and animal waste, further exacerbates the problem. These chemicals pollute rivers and contribute to excessive nutrient loading, leading to algal blooms that deplete oxygen and create dead zones in the water. Addressing these diverse sources of pollution requires a multifaceted approach involving stricter regulations, improved waste management, and public awareness campaigns. The Ganges and Yamuna, two of India's most sacred rivers, exemplify the devastating impact of pollution. Worshipped by millions, these rivers hold immense cultural and spiritual significance. However, decades of industrial discharge, untreated sewage, and religious offerings have taken a toll on their health. The Ganges, in particular, is considered one of the most polluted rivers in the world. High levels of fecal coliform bacteria, heavy metals, and industrial pollutants contaminate its waters, posing severe risks to human health. The Yamuna, too, faces a similar fate. Its once pristine waters are now choked with sewage and industrial waste, making it unfit for drinking or bathing. The plight of these sacred rivers highlights the urgent need for comprehensive conservation efforts. Their restoration is not only crucial for environmental sustainability, but also for preserving the cultural and spiritual heritage they embody. Recognizing the gravity of river pollution, governments worldwide are implementing initiatives to revive and protect these vital waterways. In India, the Namami Gange mission is a flagship program launched to rejuvenate the Ganga River. This ambitious project focuses on sewage treatment, industrial effluent monitoring, riverbank development, and public awareness campaigns. The government has set up sewage treatment plants, implemented stricter regulations on industrial discharge, and promoted community participation in river cleaning drives. While challenges remain, the Namami Gange mission represents a significant step towards restoring the Ganga to its former glory. Similar initiatives are being undertaken for other polluted rivers, such as the Yamuna Action Plan. These programs aim to improve water quality, restore biodiversity, and ensure the sustainable use of river resources. The success of these initiatives hinges on strong political will, effective implementation, and active public participation. Section 5. Understanding drainage patterns, nature's plumbing system. Drainage patterns, the intricate networks formed by rivers and their tributaries, are fascinating features of our landscape. These patterns, etched by the forces of erosion and influenced by underlying geology, reveal much about the history and characteristics of a region. Understanding drainage patterns is crucial for geographers, hydrologists, and environmental scientists. One common pattern is the dendritic pattern, resembling the branches of a tree. Dendritic patterns typically develop in areas with uniform rock resistance and gentle slopes. Another pattern is the radial pattern, where streams radiate outwards from a central high point, like spokes on a wheel. This pattern is often found on volcanic cones or dome-shaped mountains. Lastly, the trellis pattern consists of parallel main streams, with short tributaries joining at right angles. Trellis patterns develop in areas with alternating bands of resistant and less resistant rock. Section 6. Significance of drainage patterns in geography. Drainage patterns provide valuable insights into the geological history, topography, and hydrological processes of a region. By studying these patterns, geographers can infer the type of rocks present, the age of the landscape, and the potential for flooding. For example, dendritic patterns indicate relatively uniform rock types, while trellis patterns suggest folded or tilted rock strata. Radial patterns point to the presence of a prominent central peak, such as a volcano. Understanding drainage patterns is also crucial for water resource management, flood hazard assessment, and infrastructure development. The location and characteristics of rivers influence settlement patterns, agricultural practices, and transportation routes. Therefore, a thorough understanding of drainage patterns is essential for sustainable development and environmental planning. Section 7. Rivers in our lives and exam preparation tips. Rivers play a pivotal role in our daily lives, providing drinking water, irrigation for agriculture, transportation routes, and recreational opportunities. They are essential for economic development, ecological balance, and cultural heritage. For your geography exams, it's crucial to have a good grasp of river systems, their characteristics, and conservation efforts. Focus on understanding the definitions of key terms like drainage, types of rivers, and major river systems in your region and globally. Pay attention to the causes and effects of river pollution and the various government initiatives aimed at conservation. Practice drawing and labeling different drainage patterns and understand their significance in relation to terrain and geography. Remember to cite specific examples like the Ganga and Yamuna to illustrate your points. Section 8. A call to action, protecting our liquid lifeline. Rivers are not just bodies of water, they are lifelines that sustain us all. Their pollution is a threat to our health, our environment, and our future. We must act urgently to protect these invaluable resources for generations to come. Simple actions like conserving water at home, reducing our use of plastics, and supporting organizations involved in river cleanup can make a difference. Let us pledge to be responsible stewards of our rivers, ensuring that they continue to flow freely and cleanly for generations to come.